Okay, so today's question is, should we have party games at a party? Like, is it important? We've talked about entertainment. We know entertainment's really important, having the right music, dancing girls, whatever it might be, roving entertainment. But what about party games? Have you been to parties where party games have worked really well, or it's been a negative?
I think it comes down to as well, like what kind of party you're having, and like picking something that's suitable. I think party games is a good idea if the party, what you're doing is like suitable, to get everyone mingling and a talking point, just to get people going. Like you can do like really simple things like drinking games, or if you have like sometimes like you can go to a party and they've got like a Nintendo or something set up and like people are playing Mario Kart, or like that's a really fun thing to do. Or sometimes it's jumping castle in the backyard, like an activity.
So we do a lot of bar and bat mitzvahs, and some of the themes that they like to do is bring in arcade games. So where it's the racing car, pinball machines, you know, the little
air hockey.
Air hockey.
That.
So that's good, especially for that age, you know, 13 or 16.
So they can be good for sometimes guests who don't want to dance or want something else to do. So that can be part of the fun element. I think sometimes you've got to be careful what games you pick because it can take away from your party. So if you've got, it can be a distraction of some kind, especially like those arcade type games. But from a mingling point of view that you mentioned before, in that it can bring your guests together and be a talking point. So I went to a party once and I think it was a 40th birthday and they played what's called the fluffy bunny game. So what you do is you get marshmallows and you put one marshmallow in your mouth at a time. And so you put one marshmallow in, you say, I love fluffy bunnies. And then you put another one in and you just keep loading them in. So you've got a mouthful of marshmallows and you go, I love fluffy bunnies. And you're spitting all these marshmallows out. And it's quite simple and, you know, people would be like, why would you do that game? But everybody's wetting themselves laughing. You've got to make sure that you choose people that aren't going to choke on them, obviously. You don't want to get grandma to do it before you know it, you happen to give her the Heimlich manoeuvre. But it does create a talking point. And it is, you know, it's something early in the night. Now, again, if you've got a function with 300 people, you're probably not going to do something like that necessarily. Or, you know, because it takes away from the party. So you might do it in a more intimate situation or a dinner party or something where it's not quite as,
I think they play a lot of games like baby showers,
definitely.
You know, bridal showers, play a lot of games as well, because it's not one of those parties where it is, you know, crazy dance. It's something a little bit more like
intimate.
It's cocktail, but it's still a more of a catch up. So you know, playing games again, it gets people involved. And
the guests then become part of the entertainment, don't they?
And there's like
and it gives them something to do as well. You know, if you're just sitting there for 4 hours and you I mean, it's great to catch up, but after a while it's the same thing over and over again. So you know, having something to actually entertain you.
Like a really common one for like a bridal shower or like a hen's party. You've all got like a questionnaire about the bride and you've got like to write down like, and it's like a score basically of who in the group knows the bride the best. And it's a great one that you can do for all different ages, whether it's like the mother-in-law or your aunties and uncles or whoever you've got, or even if it's just friends. And it gets everyone involved for like an hour or so to kind of get people chatting. And I went to a hen's that did it, and then all of a sudden you end up talking to your whole table. Whereas when you first arrived, you were kind of just like sitting there, just talking to the one or two people you know beside you. The bride is obviously having fun because she's seeing everyone that she's invited, getting along. And then
that's right.
It kind of sets the tone for the rest.
So it can be a positive, but it also can be a negative. So I think the time and place makes a big difference on the type of games, doesn't it? You know, if you've got a mixed event where you've got families and you've got young kids and stuff, arcade games could be perfect because then the parents can talk to the other guests and the kids are entertained. Look, if you're on a tight budget, we talk about people that are on tight party budgets and they want to have a good party still but might not have a lot to spend on entertainment. It's one way of saving on the cost because your guests can be part of the entertainment. So instead of having a roving entertainer, you might play a few party games that gets a few people involved and then they become the entertainment and you didn't pay a thing for it. All you had to do was organise the party game.
Just pay for the people.
That's right. You didn't have to pay for I think there's a time and place and depending on your budgets will depend on and what you want the atmosphere to be will depend on the games and stuff you choose. But there are so many fun party games you can play and most of the time they give you a good laugh. And
they do.
When people laugh, they're happy and they have and they feel good and then that makes your party more memorable.
100%.
So,